Hi, everyone, and welcome to this episode of Catch Up with ChiroTouch. We're thrilled to have you listening in. I'm your host, Kelly Trentacosti. Today's topic is near and dear to my heart. We're talking about revenue cycle management and the ChiroTouch service that allows you to outsource your revenue cycle, otherwise known as CTProBill. I've been with ChiroTouch for 9 years in different revenue cycle management capacities. I've really enjoyed helping our clients and solving their biggest billing issues, consulting with them, and increasing their overall collections. And joining me today is one such client, Dr. Robert Kleinfeld of Louisville Sports and Injury Center, hailing from the beautiful state of Kentucky. Welcome, Dr. Kleinfeld. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Hi, Kelly. It's nice to be here.
Great. I'm glad that you're taking the time out of your busy schedule. I've asked Dr. Kleinfeld to join me today to share his experience in using CTProBill. He has a very interesting story, and I think many of our listeners today can relate to his position and hopefully learn from Dr. Kleinfeld and some of his experiences regarding his billing and his time with CTProBill. So before we get into it, I do want to note that Dr. Kleinfeld's been a ChiroTouch customer for, oh geez, Dr. Kleinfeld, I think almost 10 years now. And he's using the installed version of ChiroTouch. CTProBill is an additional add-on service that's available to classic or installed software users like Dr. Kleinfeld. For those of you on the call today who are on ChiroTouch Core or the advanced cloud version, we don't currently have an integrated managed billing solution for you yet, but it is coming in the future. I hope that helps everybody who's listening today. So, Dr. Kleinfeld, I want to start out again by thanking you for joining the meeting today. And we're going to go over some basic kind of things so our listeners can get to know you a little bit better and your situation. So, tell me a little bit about how long you've been in practice.
I've been in practice over 20 years. I've had multiple offices and I've had in house billing. I decided to go outside billing.
Mhm.
And as far as ChiroTouch is available, I've been working with you for approximately 3 years and I find it just great. Up to
Good.
this point, everything is fantastic.
Great. Well, I appreciate that. I know that you and I definitely have a long history together. What sort of patients do you currently see, Dr. Kleinfeld?
I deal with a lot of motor vehicle accidents in Louisville, Kentucky.
Okay. All right. And I know you have, a pretty large practice there. Tell me a little bit about the makeup and structure of your practices. How many providers do you have and, how many visits a week, that type of thing.
At this point, I have one provider, two massage therapists, and an office manager.
Okay.
We see approximately 25 patients a day. Um, and like I said, we've been working with ChiroTouch Billing for over 3 years, and they're just doing a phenomenal job.
Excellent. Excellent. We're so happy to hear your positive experience. So you've been using the CG Pro Bill services for 3 years now. And tell me, I remember, when you first came on and you and I were talking about this direction for your practice, and we both decided then that this was a good move for you because you were definitely losing some revenue. What ultimately made you consider, outsourcing your billing?
I was just tired of having one person in house when I could have a team of people working for me.
Excellent. And you certainly get that with CG ProBill. It's almost impossible these days for internal offices to have an entire team of billing experts. And with CT ProBill, we have structured this in such a way that we're very production line based. And what I mean by that, as you've experienced, is that you get a billing individual, you get a posting expert, you get a main account manager who also handles all AR follow up, denial management, and appeals. So, this is a team of individuals that is working collaboratively and providing you the analytics. And we are very much a proponent of ensuring that the individuals within those departments are experts on the RCM piece that they are handling. So it's good to hear that you are enjoying the benefits of having an entire billing team. How has CT Pro Bill really benefited your practice?
Well, like I said, I have a team of people working for me, and my collections have increased. I get monthly charge sheets and things to show what the collections are. So I'm pretty happy about that.
Great. So you have been able to really gauge, how you were doing pre-Pro Bill versus how you've been doing the last 3 years with um, increased revenue as a result of bringing Pro Bill into your office.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, excellent. And Dr. Kleinfeld, would you encourage others, to consider Pro Bill, and more than that, even consider getting the review of findings? I think that's something you and I had done initially, where it doesn't cost you anything. You're just meeting with us for us to do a good analytics review for you, and ultimately you signed with Pro Bill. Is that something you might encourage others to take advantage of?
Absolutely. I have encouraged other people to move forward with ProBill.
Excellent. And just so everybody listening today understands, we talked a little bit here about ROF, or review of findings. And I want to expand on that just a little bit, because this is a really great diagnostic tool, and a great benefit for ChiroTouch end users. Basically, a review of findings is a financial health check. You are going to meet with a revenue cycle executive, either myself or Michelle Carmody. The review takes about 30 minutes, and all that is involved in that is you will be contacted by ChiroTouch. Somebody will pull a series of good analytical reports out of your system, and send those over to us. And we basically then take those reports, create a PowerPoint presentation for you. Some of the things that we are looking for, we're looking at your age pair receivables to see, are you meeting best practice matrix in your over 60-day insurance receivables. We are looking to see if you have any unbilled charges that may be hanging out in the system that you're not even aware of, which we all know is just revenue that's kind of sitting there doing nothing. We're also evaluating your ledgers, making sure that the ledgers between the insurance and your patient appear to be accurate and concise. And moreover than that, looking at your payer mix reports and seeing, are you meeting the recommended net collection ratios for the insurance companies in which you are billing? And net collection ratios, of course, is best practice, is that you are being reimbursed 95% or higher of the allowed amounts that you are entitled to receive as reimbursement from those carriers. So during this 30-minute review of findings, um, there is a lot of information that we go over with you and help assess how your office is performing, and are you meeting the best practice standards in maximizing your billing and reimbursements. So it's definitely something I hope everybody will take advantage of. This is a really great benefit that ChiroTouch offers to our end users at absolutely no charge to you and no obligation, just making sure that you are operating very efficiently regarding your billing and reimbursement. So I hope to hear from all of you who are looking to have a review of findings or a financial health check. Anything else you want to add about ProBill?
No, I would refer you guys to anybody. I'm really happy with the service. If I ever have an issue, I call up and it's dealt with immediately. So I would highly recommend ProBill.
Excellent. And I know that you're doing a lot of auto cases, but you also have some commercial insurances that we're doing billing for, correct?
Correct.
Okay, excellent. Thanks again, Dr. Kleinfeld, for sharing your experience and giving such a strong recommendation of CT Pro Bill services. We so appreciate that.
Thanks, Kelly.
This is something we want to offer to other people, so they can be sitting in the position you're in, with really satisfied and seeing an increased revenue as a result of partnering with us. If any of our listeners would like more information about CT Pro Bill, please visit the ChiroTouch website to book a demo, or visit the show notes for a link. But again, I've talked today that you are able to also get that free analytical review of findings. So please make sure you book a demo, and one of our revenue cycle experts, either myself or Michelle Carmody, will be reaching out to you to do an analytics to see if this is a good solution for you. And thanks again to our listeners for tuning in to Catching Up with ChiroTouch. Find more Catch Up with ChiroTouch episodes on Spotify, iTunes, and ChiroTouch.com podcast. Again, I'm your host, Kelly Trentacosti, and I wish everyone listening a well-adjusted day.